Hello, and welcome back to Explain the Charts. Today, May 28th, 2025, we're taking a look at Intel Corporation, ticker symbol Intel. We're going to analyze the recent news and events surrounding Intel, and then dive into the chart data to see what the technicals are telling us. First, let's cover some of the headlines. Recent news indicates Intel's stock jumped after they caught employees who colluded to embezzle over $840,000. Also, Deutsche Bank resumed coverage of Intel with a hold rating and a price target of $23, suggesting moderate upside potential. Now, let's switch to the daily chart to see how these news events are reflected in the price action. Looking at the daily chart, we can see that Intel has experienced significant volatility over the past year. Starting in January 2024 around $47, the stock declined sharply to the low $30s by April 2024, before plummeting to around $20 by August 2024. We can see the stock mostly trading between about $18 to $26 since the beginning of September 2024. Currently, the stock is around $20.55. The stock hit a 52-week low of $17.67 and a high of $37.16 back in July of 2024. It's evident that Intel stock has been in a downtrend overall this past year, but has shown some signs of recovery at times. We can see a large drop around late July, early August 2024 correlated with reports of falling revenue and earnings, and that analysts suggest to stay far away from Intel stock. This appears as a large red candle on the chart. There was also a big volume spike associated with this drop. Let's zoom in on a more recent time frame to see if we can extract any insight from the more recent price action. Looking at the chart data from about January 2025 until today, May 28, 2025, the stock hasn't really made any large moves. We're basically trading in a range here from about $18 to $26. We can see in February 2025 that Intel stock attempted to break out upwards, but ultimately wasn't able to hold those gains. Now let's switch over to the hourly chart and see if we can get more detail on any short-term price action. Looking at the 1-hour chart, we can see that recently the stock has been hovering around the $20 range. Overall, the hourly chart suggests a lack of strong directional momentum in the short term. The price has been oscillating within a relatively tight range, indicating a period of consolidation. Given the mostly sideways movement, we could predict the stock to remain in the $20 to $21 range in the near term. If positive news comes out, such as improvements in foundry business or Intel Foundry starts to win customers, we can likely see a breakout. To recap, Intel stock is currently in a precarious position. Recent news of the company recovering embezzled funds is positive, but it is offset by general downtrend and analysts suggesting the company is still struggling. From a technical perspective, the key levels to watch are $17.67 as a support and $37.16 as a resistance. The $23 price target provided by analysts gives a rough upside target, but I'd estimate a less than 50% chance to reach $23 within the next few months without significant positive catalysts.